These are this afternoon's top stories. Mr. Bagnell excited to perform with Roy Cape for the St. Kitts Music Festival. St. Lucia mariners missing at sea, and UN excludes Israel from child rights violators list. Good afternoon and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Tuesday, June 9th, 2015. I am JD Keynes. In national developments, St. Kitts and Nevis's reigning groovy soca monarch, Mr. Bagnell, will be backed by the legendary Roy Cape All-Stars when the St. Kitts Music Festival kicks off later this month. Last Friday, Mr. Bagnell and several other local stars were revealed as the remaining acts for this year's festival. Since then, ZIZ News has spoken with the soca artist who said he is thrilled to perform alongside the Roy Cape All-Stars.
Yeah, you can expect a lot. Actually wanted to perform some new tracks, but unfortunately it's kind of tight. Like Roy Cape is not in St. Kitts. Oh, sorry, I think I busted over just now. I will be performing with Roy Cape All-Stars out of Trinidad. Performing with Roy Cape is a pleasure. It's a blessing. To see where I've come from, I have listened to Roy Cape way back in the days with Black, with Patrice Roberts and those people, and to see me as a local artist being able to share the stage with such a legend and having them back me, it is a pleasure. I actually wanted to use my own band Collision, but it didn't work out, and it was like, well, we can get Roy Cape, and I was like, okay, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm happy to do it, and I'm just excited. It's creating my voice. It just woke me up, and I am very excited about that.
Without revealing his performance plan, Mr. Bagnell shared some of the songs that he will sing as part of the festival.
I have tracks like Walk Up Session, Carnival Bass, and Mash It Up, Woman to Man. Everybody knows these tracks.
The 19th annual St. Kitts Music Festival will be held at the Warner Park Football Stadium from June 25th to 27th. In more music festival news, the local organizing committee has launched a series of events dubbed SKMF Promo Local Events to keep persons entertained leading up to the June 25th to 27th Music Festival. Among those events are Soca Madness, which is planned for June 12th at 17 degrees, a blood drive, spotlight, red carpet affair, and Nevis Island Tour on June 13th. Panstravaganza on June 22nd at the National Museum on the Bay Road, the Music Festival Celebrity Party, and the 4th Street Block Party and Open Mic. Although the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank ECCB will no longer issue 1 and 2 cent coins to the commercial banks as of July 1st, those coins will remain legal tender up to 30th June 2020. That is according to a release from the ECCB. Corporate Relations Officer Elizabeth Wayland, through the release, stressed that the coins, quote, can be used for purchasing goods and services or exchanged at financial institutions for face value, end quote. ZIZ News understands that the withdrawal of the coins will affect cash transactions only, as transactions using checks and electronic payments will not be affected. The ECCB Monetary Council took the decision to withdraw the 1 and 2 cent coins from circulation based on the low purchasing power of the coins and the significant cost of producing and handling the coins. Regionally, 2 St. Lucians are among 4 individuals reported missing at sea on board a vessel which departed Martinique bound for St. Lucia on Friday, June 5th. HTS News Force spoke with the relatives of one of the missing men who say they are desperate for answers.
Marine police here have confirmed 4 people, including 2 St. Lucians, are missing at sea.
Well, on Friday, June 5th, the Marine received information that a French vessel, left Martinique for Rodney Bay, St. Lucia, but that vessel had not been seen. We did port checks at Rodney Bay and Marigot, but there was no sighting of that vessel. The French also put up an aircraft Friday and Saturday, but there has been no sighting of the vessel. So far, we're in communication with the French so that we can continue our search.
21-year-old Kurt Joseph and his cousin Wilfred de Turville, both from Dennery, were expected back home on June 5th after what families say was supposed to be a routine trip to Martinique to spend time with loved ones there. According to family, Kurt Joseph informed relatives in St. Lucia of his first-time excursion and left in May on an open ticket. After just over a month, Joseph contacted his sister, Frederica Ford, telling her about his return, this time on board his cousin Wilfred de Turville's boat.
The Monday he called and he said, Frederica, well, I will come back on the Friday. So you will see me, I will see you. I told him, okay.
That has so far not been the case. Kurt Joseph told his sister he would arrive in St. Lucia by 6 a.m. on June 5th. After more than 6 hours and no word from Joseph, relatives here began to panic. The people he was staying with in Martinique?
Yes.
What did they say?
Yes. That's my brother, because he told me he come troubling me the Friday. Frederica, I think something is wrong. All throughout the day he kept on calling me, Frederica. Kurt was supposed to be in St. Lucia by 6. It is 12 o'clock and continue calling me. My sister keep on calling me. Everybody keep on troubling me. I told him, be strong. Keep on praying. And up to a day like today, he haven't showed up.
A distraught sister remembered her last conversation with her brother.
He was supposed to come down and he called me Wednesday, Frederica, I will see you on Friday. God's willing. I told him, okay. But the first day, he sent me a text message, please call me. But I saw that text message late. But since he was supposed to be here on Friday morning, I just didn't bother. I say, well, I will see him today. You know, I don't bother to call him.
Okay, so let me just ask you again. What was the last thing your brother said to you?
Frederica, I will see you on Friday, God's willing.
Marine police confirm a multi-pronged search and rescue mission in conjunction with French authorities will continue. Rihani Isidore, HTS News Force.
Guyana has reacted strongly to a decree by the Venezuelan president, which the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says seeks to annex Guyana's maritime space. Here's more.
This is the May 27 decree in Spanish by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. In it, he announced the creation of a new Venezuelan maritime space, which essentially seeks to make Guyana a landlocked country without a direct access to the Atlantic. In the decree, it was specifically mentioned that the so-called Atlantic coast of Venezuela takes in ExxonMobil's Deepwater Champion rig, which recently made a significant oil find. In a statement today, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said by issuing the decree, Maduro seeks to annex Guyana's maritime space and denounced the move as an illegality, which seeks to undermine Guyana's development through the exploitation of natural resources offshore. The ministry said that the decree is a violation of international law and made it clear that the decree cannot be applicable to any part of Guyana's territory, and any attempt by the Bolivarian Republic to apply that instrument in an extraterritorial manner will be vigorously resisted by Guyana. The Foreign Affairs statement said that Venezuela is being ambitious in trying to trample on Guyana's rights, and that this cannot happen. What must prevail, it said, is international law. The statement added that Guyana was concerned that the decree not only disregards international law, but it constitutes a threat to regional peace and security. Venezuela had last April written to ExxonMobil, objecting to its offshore exploration for oil. The then PPP government had issued a strong statement denouncing Venezuela's action. Today, the PPP, now in opposition, maintained its support on the border controversy. General Secretary Clement Rohi said at a press conference,
"Our position is a historic position that we stand firmly as a political party in respect of defense of our territorial integrity and national sovereignty. We hold to the view that where this exploration is taking place falls within the territorial sea belonging to Guyana."
The government of Guyana has moved to alert the international community on Venezuela's latest move to claim Guyana's maritime.
Internationally, the UN Secretary General has come under heavy criticism for not including Israel in the child rights violators list. According to Al Jazeera, Israel was removed from the UN report on countries that harm children, despite killing more than 500 children in Gaza in last summer's bombardment. Al Jazeera's James Bays reports from the UN headquarters.
The evidence is overwhelming. The aftermath of much of the destruction and the deaths of children last summer in Gaza was recorded on video. In total, the UN said 540 children were killed. Yet UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon, in his annual report on children in armed conflict around the world to the Security Council, has not included Israel on the damning list of countries and groups that kill children. Al Jazeera understands both Israel and armed Palestinian groups were on the list in the original draft drawn up by the UN Special Representative.
The draft report had Israel and Palestinian armed groups on it, the report you sent upstairs.
This
and when
is
it
a
came
draft.
back downstairs, it didn't have them on anymore. Is that true?
Yes, but this means that the decision of the Secretary General, we are supposed to prepare the decision of the Secretary General. We are not the one who decide.
Al Jazeera's learnt there was high-level lobbying by Israel and the US to persuade Ban Ki-moon to keep Israel off the list.
There's really no explanation for it other than it's a political decision, because the overwhelming documentation really should trigger a listing.
So did Ban Ki-moon bow to political pressure?
Member states have never been shy in expressing their opinion to the Secretary General about what should be in or out of the report, whether it's this report this year or in the previous years. Ultimately, it's the Secretary General's report. He stands by it.
You just need to read this full report to see the obvious contradictions. The report says the number of Palestinian school children killed in 2014 was the third highest anywhere in the world. It says the number of schools damaged or destroyed was the highest anywhere in 2014. And then you look at the annex, the list that's supposed to summarize it all, listing, among other things, parties and states that kill or maim children or engage in attacks on schools, and Israel's name is not there. James Bays, Al Jazeera at the United Nations.
Teachers in Afghanistan are threatening more strike action if the government doesn't increase their pay. More than half of government schools in Kabul have closed only a few weeks before midterm exams. Nicole Johnston has more.
I'm outside Kabul's largest high school. 18,000 students go to school here, but for the last 8 days, all of the teachers here have been on strike. And they're not the only ones. This industrial action is spreading. In at least 4 provinces, 200 schools are now on strike. The teachers say that they don't earn enough money, enough salary to live on, and that the government has failed to deliver on its promises.
The president promised increased salaries and land, and to change the timetable. If nothing changes, the strike will get bigger and more schools will support us.
Teacher salaries are low and we can't afford rent, medicine for our children or proper food for the family. But despite all the worry, we are still motivated to teach.
These teachers say that they are the poorest paid government employees in all of Afghanistan. They earn around $120 a month. Now the government is urging them to return to work and says that it will look into their demands.
Well, we are telling them that they should be patient, and the government is new. There are no enough funding from outside now.
For now, there's no agreement between the government and teachers' union, so the classrooms are empty, and up to 200,000 students are sitting at home.
And now the weather. Temperatures today will reach a high of 26 degrees Celsius or 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are east at 12 to 18 miles per hour, with seas being slight to moderate, swells of 1 to 1.5 meters or approximately 3 to 5 feet. Today will be partly sunny with skies fair to partly cloudy. Tonight with periods of quick passing showers. Sunset for today is expected at 6:44, while the sunrise for tomorrow is expected at 5:36 a.m. And that's it for ZIZ's Midday Newscast. Join us this evening when we'll have the details to these stories and more in our major news presentation. Have a great afternoon.